everyone, and welcome to Burn the Ship, the podcast that helps entrepreneurs go all in on their business, and we introduce them to professionals that can help them to do so. Today, we have a very special guest. Michael, how are you doing today?
Doing well.
Good. I'm doing good. I can't complain. Go ahead and introduce yourself and the name of your business.
My name is Michael Smith. I am the founder of Humanoid Playground. We are a software development and technology company.
Awesome, man. We look so forward to learning more about your business and how you're helping people. But before we do that, we want to learn a little bit more about your journey. And we understand that time is one of our most valuable resources. So we want you to go ahead and jump into things and tell us about it.
All right. So I got into computing when I was in college.
Okay.
And I went to university for business. Mm-hmm. And while I was there, me and a friend of mine, we started a recording label.
Okay.
We had a recording studio, and we would do sound recording for local music artists, and we would do graphic designs and stuff for local businesses. And so I took a digital marketing course, and at the time, the internet wasn't really as big as it is now. Mm-hmm. But they were stressing the importance of having a website. And so we were making some money, but we weren't, rich. So I said, I was going to try to build it myself.
Okay.
I already knew how to do graphic design and everything. So I set out to build a website. And from there, I just kind of got the bug, and I wanted to know everything about designing websites and software development and all this and that. Mm-hmm. So I would go to school for business, but early in the mornings, I would wake up 4 or 5 in the morning, and I'd go to the used bookstore, and I would buy books on programming and software and stuff, and I would just study that every morning before I went to class. Mm-hmm. So I was, training in 2 career fields at the same time at that point. Mm-hmm. And so I got pretty good at that. And I got to where I could start developing websites for my customers at the studio. Well, the studio ended up closing, but I was good enough to where I could land a job in Atlanta.
Okay.
So I moved down to Atlanta, and I worked there, and I worked under the tutelage of some older programmers, and they taught me some things, and I just went down the rabbit hole, and it snowballed. Mm-hmm. I went to Kennesaw State to pursue my master's in applied computer science, and it's just been
going from there.
So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's great to hear as far as you're sharing your foundation. You were in the middle of getting your education, and then you went ahead and started a business at that particular time. Have you always had the entrepreneurial spirit? Is that something in your family? What made you guys jump out there as young men in college and starting a business like that?
Well, I think at that time, so our passion was music at the time. Mm-hmm. And being out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, it was kind of hard for us to land a record deal and things like that. So we said, you know what, we were going to build our own thing and then build a platform for other artists, local artists, to raise them up as well. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of where that started from. Mm-hmm. And then once I did that for a number of years, once you become an entrepreneur, it's kind of hard to get that out of your system. So Absolutely. I always was wanting to get back to that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Did you were you an artist, or you were just helping to produce things, or?
I was an artist.
Okay.
Towards the end, I was more like just an executive producer, but I did a little bit. I played the guitar.
Okay.
So we would do some production, but towards the end, it was mainly other artists, other people. So.
Makes a lot of sense. So you moved on down to Atlanta. You got focused on more in the computer sciences areas of things. When you finished getting your master's degree, did you go into a corporate deal? You went into another small business? Tell us a little bit about that journey after your time at Kennesaw.
Well, so I started working before I enrolled in Kennesaw State.
Okay.
And one of the positions that I got, I actually got there at a job fair through Kennesaw. So yeah, that was kind of the journey there. One of the cool things that I got to do there was we had a study abroad, and I was able to go to Brazil and do some studying there. So that was pretty cool.
Nice.
But yeah, so I pretty much worked at the same time while I was doing that. Small mom and pop shops or smaller
ones.
companies. Yeah.
Okay, so you got going, and you were putting together the websites. I'm assuming that marketing came along in there sometime as well, or how did you introduce marketing to yourself?
Yeah. So the first position I had, I worked for a digital advertising agency, and they did digital marketing and ads and stuff like that. So I kind of fit in that way. And at the time, there was a technology called Flash, and Flash was all over the internet, and I'd gotten really good at creating Flash animations and stuff like that. So, so that was my role at that company. So that's where kind of my marketing
started getting in there. Yeah. So you got going, and you said that you always had that entrepreneurial spirit, and then you were trying to figure out, hey, how can I get back to this? Yeah. Right now you're working for mom and pop. At the time you worked for mom and pop shops. What got you going back towards being an entrepreneur?
Well, so while I was doing that, I was still working on little side projects and just trying to hone my skills and develop systems and stuff like that. And but it really didn't have a direction. I think, I started working in the corporate world and for bigger companies, and I think it kind of didn't really suit me. And so I think the urge kind of came back a little bit, working in those environments. So
when you went into the corporate, you were doing something similar. What additional skills did you learn while you were under that corporate umbrella?
Well, yeah, I was still doing software development, still doing DevOps stuff. One thing that you learn soft skills. Okay. You learn other skills. So, like, I learned how to manage teams and learn how to interact with the stakeholders and end users and things like that. So those are some of the main things that I learned in that environment.
Yeah. Now you're getting going, and when is Humanoid coming up? When are we in the corporate structure, and you started your business while you were still there, or how did that work? How did that come about?
Right. So I started Humanoid when while I was working at one of my corporate jobs, and I continued to build it on the side. But I learned that it's really hard to do both. It's really hard to have a startup and work a full-time job. And something's gonna suffer. Yeah. And what ended up happening was Humanoid suffered a lot more than the corporate role, and because if it's the other way around, then you might end up needing to look for another job.
Yes,
so
yes.
So that's a lesson that I had to learn, is that eventually you're gonna have to burn the ship.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Was it, now you're at the corporate job, you are starting to mix in Humanoid, and I know now, because I've network and I talk with you, that you're doing your full thing. Was it an event that happened that made you say, you know what, I'm gonna stop this dual purpose and I'm gonna go ahead and burn the ship and go all in on my own business?
Well, so things kind of, when you have a family, that can kind of derail your goals sometimes. Yes. That you might have had when you were single. So I couldn't really just burn the ship anytime I wanted to. So I had to there had to be a process there.
Right.
So I started working on making sure I didn't have any debts, making sure my car's paid off, making sure I'm in a good financial position. And then once I got in a good position financially, that I wouldn't have to worry about us being homeless or where we had to eat or if we could eat or not, then I said, okay, you know what, it's time.
Okay. You got fully prepared, and then you went out there.
Right.
Now, tell us all about what you're currently doing. Just give us a full description of what you're producing, how you're helping, who's going to be a good fit for you. Go ahead and brag about your business a little.
Right. So Humanoid Playground is, like I said, it's a software and technology company. We are working on several different initiatives. One of the first, and they all kind of build upon one another. The first initiative I'll talk about is what I'm calling the Nimbus Project. And essentially we're building micro data centers.
Okay.
And we're using those micro data centers to host and build applications for our customers. And our customers are small businesses. And so we, in those environments, we customize everything around the customer's needs. So, we host their applications, we build their applications. If they have an idea for an app, for some type of product or system, we build it for them, we'll design it for them, we'll manage everything, we'll manage their data, secure everything for them, and just essentially be an IT department for them so that they don't have to worry about that. They can just concentrate on their core competency. So.
Now, with it, you are helping to create CRM, or you are securing their CRM. Tell us a little bit more when it comes to that data.
Well, so one thing that we do for a few customers is we manage services for them. We develop custom systems. So while I was working, one of the main things I was doing was developing a platform, and all of our systems run on that platform, and we call it a data fusion platform. So basically, we can do a lot of stuff that a lot of businesses need, from processing real-time data to video and audio, whatever it is that they need. And so we build their applications on top of that.
Okay. Is it a specific industry that you work well with, a little bit better with, or are you agnostic? Tell us a little bit about those apps that you're creating.
Yeah, it's pretty agnostic. And we try to we leverage the platform as needed. If we got to develop something custom, we will. So for instance, I'm working with a land surveying company. I'm working with a startup that is creating a news app. I'm working with a startup that is doing an Uber type of app. So it's pretty eclectic as far as the type of applications that we can use it for. And then we have some in-house applications we're developing
that you're doing as well. Now with these, I know you were taking the courses, you got advanced education on it. Are you doing the coding? You have a team? Tell us a little bit about your structure.
Yeah, so it's me, a bunch of AI bots, and I have contractors that we can scale to that are associated with us. And we have developers. We have a product design engineer. We have product managers. We have other developers. So we can scale. According to the need. So.
Now you said something that was a very hot topic nowadays with the AI and the AI bots. With these particular bots, did you have to go in and train them, or did you have someone train them for you and then you let them, jump onto your personality? Tell us how that went about.
Well, so there are a lot of bots out there, there are a lot of AI products out there, and we leverage some of them for some development tasks. But that segues into the other initiative that we're doing is we're developing our own AI agent that will use our data fusion platform. So, and with that, we do in-house training. We have in our first data centers in Chattanooga, we have the capability of training AI agents there, or LLMs. So that's one thing we're working on now, and with that AI agent that's going to be able to manage our customers' infrastructures
Okay.
as well. So it's a force multiplier.
Is it one of those ones where you're incorporating how AI answers the phone, answers the simple questions, and then passes you along? Is that something that you guys thought about?
Well, that's not something we're doing right now, although I do have there's a use case for the agent for that.
Mm-hmm.
What we're mainly focused on with this at this time is this agent will manage our internal infrastructure. If something goes wrong, it will determine how to fix it without me or someone else having to do it. And it's also going to be able to compile documentation.
Okay.
So like if you have a large enterprise, a lot of time documentation is scattered here and there. What we're doing is we're working on a process where the AI can go in and create and manage your documentation for you, understand everything about your business, and then provide an interface so that if you have a question or any thoughts about any aspect of your business, you can go in and they can tell you about it.
Excellent, excellent. Now, I'll just have a couple more questions when it comes to it, because what you're doing is on the cutting edge of things, where you're utilizing technology for automation, for AI. It sounds like this particular platform you're creating is a great one for your data, and you have someone hosting it. In comparison, the AI agent hosting it, in comparison to a human, if I were to ask, what's the difference in why not just get a human to do it instead of doing this particular platform? What would be some of the advantages over just having that $36,000 a year employee just go do that work?
Well, and that's part of our model too, is we have AI bots and AI agents, but we still have the human element.
Okay.
We're not in the business of, we're not trying to get rid of humans. What we're trying to do is just augment what we do. So you still need that human interaction. You still need that human ingenuity, that creativity, and AI agents and bots and stuff. They go haywire all the time.
Okay.
Someone gave the analogy is similar to, it's like having a Ferrari, and you can get where you want to go really fast, but like every 50 miles it runs into a ditch and blows a tire. Okay. You got to get out and change the.
I got you.
You still have to have someone that understands what they're doing. So we don't take out the human element.
Okay.
We have both.
Okay, good deal. Now, you share with us a couple different initiatives, the one with the data fusion, the AI. Are there any other initiatives that you guys are rolling out?
Yeah, just one more. We're doing digital advertising.
Okay.
Using the same platform. Like I said, they all build on one another. And what we're doing there, and we're looking to partner with companies that have brick and mortar locations or websites that would like to host advertisements. And so our platform, we're building a marketplace where advertisers and hosts can collaborate, meet up, and advertisers can choose who they want to advertise, as well as the host being able to choose who they want to advertise in their space. Okay.
So, is this going to be through televisions? Is this going to be through, what ways are you going to be helping them with their advertising?
In just about every digital medium.
Okay. Okay.
We're starting out with websites and physical locations. We're especially in the local area, we're going to be installing digital displays in restaurants and barbershops and stuff like that. Okay. But any type of digital presence we'll be able to stream ads to.
Okay, awesome. Man, I definitely appreciate you sharing about Humanoid Playground and how you guys are building this infrastructure for us, making sure we have our data all in one place, actually taking advantage of the technology. I'm looking forward to seeing some of those great things that you guys are going to do, especially now that you have burned the ship and you're all into the business. And I am confident that in your time of being an early entrepreneur, going to school, working for these corporates, mom and pops, and now doing it yourself, you have acquired and nurtured some best practices or business skills that have helped you to be successful. Do you mind sharing with the audience some of those skills that you've acquired?
Well, one is kind of cliche, not letting the perfect get in the way of the good enough. You know, there's the concept of the minimal viable product, where you can get a product or an application or something out quickly, and then you can improve on it as you go. And I was reading a book called Measure What Matters, and that's another concept, is paying attention to what you're trying to do and make sure that you are very thorough and intentional in how you go about your process.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, like I said, it seems like for yourself, you know, you're a technician, an engineer, and your focus on processes is there. I think with every answer you've given, it's like you got to have the process in place. You got to have the process in place, which is true because that helps you to stay focused. So I definitely appreciate you sharing that. Now I want to turn the corner just a little bit. We've talked a lot about the X's and O's, or I mean, in your case, the zeros and ones. And I want to talk more about you, the human. So let's just say that business come along well, you know, data fusion is going great. You got thousands and thousands of agents, AI agents out there, and time and money is not an issue. If time and money wasn't an issue, what is it that Michael will do with his time?
I'd probably play in a blues band.
Okay.
Play the blues guitar.
Okay. Now, how did that come about with you originally picking up the guitar? Was that something you signed up for in band? Was it a family member? What influenced you to pick up that guitar?
I don't really know.
Okay.
You know, we were doing the music. I just thought it'd be cool to do. You know, I ended up taking some courses in college, and you know, I just kept doing it.
Okay. What type of influences do you have? Because when you say blues, I think about my granddad and him listening to B.B. King. Is that the type you're gonna be playing?
I still listen to B.B. King now. I was listening to him the other day. Yeah. There's a lot of them out there.
Yeah.
But I actually, I actually started playing classical guitar.
Okay.
So that's where I started. And but yeah, if I had the opportunity and, you know, didn't have anything else to do, that's what I'd probably do.
Find you somewhere on the Bill Street or somewhere on French Quarter somewhere, strumming the guitar. Yeah. That's what's up, man. I definitely appreciate that. Now, in this next segment, we want you to share with us how people can get in contact with you if they have any questions about yourself, the business, how to, you know, play the classical guitar. How can the people get in contact with you?
Well, you can reach me. You can reach our. I'm sorry. We just put up a new website. It's at humanoidplayground.com, and we have a new domain which is humanoid.software. So you can reach us there. If you have any questions, you can reach us at info@humanoidplayground.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that information. And as always, man, we appreciate all of our guests coming on the show, and we always honor them by giving them the last word. So please look into the camera and tell the people something good.
Well, I don't know where I can attribute this quote from, but I used to have it on my wall, and that's today, here, now. So, and I would always, whenever I'm anxious or frustrated or trying to figure out or regretting past actions, you can remember today, here, now. Don't worry about yesterday. You can't really worry about tomorrow. Just worry about what you're doing now.
Awesome. Wise words from a wise man. Thank you so much for coming on the show today, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes. Thanks, man. All right. And to everyone that is watching, be kind and thanks.